saying, there's the H1. I don't know if they'll let me in. It might be too big. So it basically just has to play out per what he wants. It is what it is.
Pastel pink in the sunset. You know I never wanna make you upset. How did I become so obsessed with this?
Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to my boy Lucas for commenting the keyword on my previous video. But as you guys can tell, we are going to be looking at the best settings to run on Modern Warfare 2. A couple of you asked for it, so I thought that I would make this video because my settings are just a hair different than some other people's. Now, I do play on PC, so in this video, I'm only going to be able to show the graphics settings for PC. So if you guys are looking for console settings that you were trying to mimic, you're not going to be able to find that in this video. But if you're on PC, you're just in luck. Now, hopping right into the display settings and the graphics, the only couple of things that I changed was I turned VSync off and I messed with my custom frame rate because I have a 144 hertz monitor. This really just depends on what monitor you have, because yes, your PC might be able to run the game at, let's say, 500 frames, but if your monitor is only a 60 hertz, in reality, you're only going to be able to get 60 frames. Your monitor will not be able to actually show you that full 500 frames, or in my case, the full 144. So if you've only got a 60 hertz monitor, I recommend just putting this at 60, just so you can kind of have a little bit more smoothness with your game, because if you try to run this at 144 frames when you don't have a 144 hertz monitor, all it's going to do is kind of bog down your PC. And here's the rest of my settings in the display section in case you were wondering. Now moving over to the quality section, I have this set on custom because I have everything kind of customized with this. But first things first, make sure that your render resolution is on 100, nothing more because it'll make your PC lag, and nothing less unless you have to because your PC can't handle it, because it will make the quality of the game look really bad. Now, second things, we're gonna go to the upscaling / sharpening, which I have mine on NVIDIA DLSS, and I always keep this on quality with 50% sharpness. For me, this just makes the game look better because I run all low settings. Video memory scaling is set to default. Moving down into the details and textures, my texture resolution is on high because if you don't have this on high and your shader quality on high, it makes it where the camos don't really look that great, especially gold and platinum and all the mastery camos. It basically makes it where they're not as shiny, and in reality, gold kind of looks like mustard. So I highly recommend turning this and your shader quality to high. Now I'm gonna go down through here kind of slow. For the most part, everything is going to be on off, or its lowest setting that it can possibly go to, just because I want to have the most frames that I can possibly have when playing this game. Now, NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency I do have on plus boost because I want as low of latency as I possibly can get, which, by the way, if you don't know, latency is basically your ping. So I would rather not lag, so I have this on. And obviously, we're going to have depth of field, world motion blur, and weapon motion blur off because gross. And then film grain all the way down because who wants a bunch of graininess on their screen? Now moving right over into the view, I have my FOV, or my field of view, on 120. My ADS field of view on independent, my weapon field of view on wide, because this makes it where my weapon is the smallest that it can be. That way it doesn't take up a bunch of my screen. That way I can see people a lot easier. These two settings right here are default. Down into the camera, my first person camera movement is on least 50, same with third person, even though I don't play third person. The reason you want these on least 50 is because if you have them on 100, whenever you get flashed or a grenade hits you or somebody's shooting you, your screen is gonna bounce all over the place. So definitely make sure that you drop these to least 50% to have the best experience possible when playing. For those of you that don't know, I do play on controller. I used to play on mouse and keyboard, but it felt really weird on this game, so I just made the switch back to controller for this game. But heading right into our button layout, I play on tactical, which if you guys didn't know, in this game you can actually remap every button on your controller to whatever you want if you click custom right here, but I just play tactical because that's what I've been playing since BO2. I shoot with L2 and R2, so I don't have this flipped. If you would rather shoot with your bumpers, L1 and R1, one, you're more than welcome to, just not my preference. My stick layout is default. I have controller vibration off. I play on a PS5 controller, so I have my haptics off. My sensitivity is 16:14, which at some point I might bump this up and go 20/20. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. I don't have any kind of multipliers set. That's all default. Same with the vertical aim axis. Everything's default. And everything down here except automatic sprint is default. I have it on automatic tack sprint because I go through controllers a lot whenever I don't have this on because my analog stick messes up and then I get stick drift. So if that happens to you, definitely turn automatic tack sprint on. Moving over into the advanced category, obviously I'm gonna have my aim assist on. My aim assist type is just default. I feel like everything else is either just too much and it throws my shot off, or it just feels weird in general. So I just keep this on default. Now this is the most important setting to change whenever you're playing on controller. Change your aim response curve to dynamic. Now I have no idea what reverse S curve mapping for fine aim rate control means. I don't really think anyone does unless they're a video game designer or they work on controllers and all that kind of stuff. But all I know is my shot feels more on and it feels a lot more responsive whenever I have this on dynamic. So if you want to feel more responsive, feel snappier, feel faster, definitely run dynamic. And then everything else in this category is 100% just default. I haven't really messed with any of this. At some point I might mess with my dead zones because of stick drift if that happens, but as of right now this is everything. Now everything else down here, like I said, is default except grounded mantle. I have this off. I don't want to automatically mantle whenever I jump, so if that's something you have issues with and it's annoying, make sure to turn this off. The only way you can do it is through the advanced settings on your controller. I don't think it's actually able to be turned off on mouse and keyboard, so that kind of sucks. But if you're on controller, definitely turn this off. And like I said, everything else down here is just default. I haven't messed with any of this stuff. I actually did change my hit marker sound effect from Modern Warfare to Classic because this is the old school Modern Warfare 2 hit marker sound effect, which I absolutely loved. Now moving into interface, everything here is going to be default for the most part, except for my crosshair. If you are a sniper on this game, 100% turn crosshair off, come down to the bottom down here, and turn center dot on. But that is my Modern Warfare 2 settings. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave down in the comments whether or not you guys want me to do a sniping tips and tricks video or a how to snipe video. I would be more than happy to do that. Also, we're still doing comment of the day, so make sure to comment the keyword settings for a chance to be featured in the next video. I do have a Nuke Streak gameplay with the SPX and the Signal 50 swap class, so I'll let you guys go ahead and hop into that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss a future upload. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Peace.
What a real test stack, bro. These snipers aren't fast enough. The marksman rifles are. Can y'all stop running a weird way?
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.